What is up, Z Fighters? It's Manga Adventures, and today's series is a part of my first giveaway. This is my way of giving back on the holidays. For those of you who don't know, my city got hit by a hurricane and the damage was immense. Luckily, everyone I knew came out safe, so that blessing, along with the support of my girlfriend, inspired me to host this small event, not sponsored by YouTube in any way. But enough waiting, let's announce our three winners. Third place, which is a $50 Amazon gift card, is Not Really Maybe. Congratulations. Second place, which is a $100 Amazon gift card, is Dad Gaming. Congratulations. Finally, first place and the grand prize winner of a $150 Amazon gift card is Oswaldo Alvarado. I am not gonna lie, I struggled with that last name, but all in all, it was pretty exciting. If you are one of the three winners, please message me privately on Discord, which will be linked below, and we will verify you and then distribute the prize. Thanks so much to everyone who commented and enjoyed the video, even though I tried something new with gameplay footage and couldn't, for the life of me, improve the quality. So I'm never doing that again, but I appreciate all of you and I can't wait to do something like this next year. But enough giveaways, let's jump right into the video. So our story is the first what if of Sparking Zero, regardless of what path you picked, though the outcome does change depending on which route, and I thought I'd see how I tackle the situation. How the game defeats Raditz is with Roshi paralyzing him, so only Raditz gets hit with the special beam cannon, or somehow Piccolo goes undetected when he fires off his special beam cannon. Personally, the latter makes no sense because his scouter would have picked it up, which is what it was doing the whole fight, though I still like it better than Roshi and Krillin coming because Piccolo just showed up anyway. I thought that was quite lazy. So to make my preferred scenario make sense is rather simple. Just have Raditz take off his scouter after he thinks it's broken due to their fluctuating power levels, similar to Vegeta. That way he'll have no idea where Piccolo is. So with Raditz caught off guard, he's the only one who dies to the special beam cannon, and just like the game, Piccolo comments that even if Goku did die, he could have been wished back by the Dragon Balls, which caused Vegeta and Nappa to head to Earth. With this impeding threat, the Z Fighters train per usual, but instead of Piccolo going off with Gohan, Goku wouldn't allow the kidnapping or force Gohan to train if he doesn't want to. So instead, Piccolo trains with Goku, knowing together the two can reach new heights. In canon, Piccolo was able to get a power level of 3500 alone, while also training up the much weaker Gohan. So I feel with Goku as a sparring partner, the two can reach a power level of 4500, just in time for the arrival of the Saiyans. Unfortunately, I think Yamcha still dies to the Cybermen. It was a legit surprise to everyone, and Goku had to get the Senzu Beans. Like canon, Krillin would be enraged and kill the remaining Cybermen, causing Nappa to step up. Now, although Goku is very close to Nappa's 4000 power level, I do think his martial arts skills, along with his anger at the death of Yamcha, will make him the winner. And with Nappa's defeat, he will be killed by Vegeta for his weakness. Next, the battle with Vegeta will be very different. Goku cannot fight him alone, so the remaining Z Fighters have to work together. But I do not care how well their team synergy is, they are not putting a scratch on Vegeta like in the game. Nappa, with a power level of 4000, was able to single-handedly blitz the Z Fighters. So what do you think Vegeta with a power level of 18,000 is going to do? When Nappa blitzes Tien and fails to kill him, Vegeta will succeed. The prince wouldn't allow Chaozu to sneak up on him, killing the warrior before he has a chance to avenge Tien's death. This all happens in the actual blink of an eye, but when Goku does realize he lost two more of his friends, He tries charging at Vegeta, who swats him away, making sure to hold back, but still breaking his neck in the process. The reason being he wants Kakarot to know something before he dies, that a low-class Saiyan will never be an elite. The Prince holds up a ki blast aimed at Goku, but even after the blast leaves his hand, Goku is still alive. Because standing in front of him is Piccolo, who took the attack in his place, muttering his final words, training with his sworn enemy wasn't so bad. Similar to Gohan, the two would form a bond after training for a year, because if you remember, it was Goku who told Gohan that Piccolo wasn't such a bad guy. With Piccolo gone, so was Kami, meaning their Dragon Balls have turned to stone and everyone is permanently dead. Goku is enraged and his power level starts rising as he puts a sensu bean into his mouth. Vegeta sees this and charges another ki blast, but is interrupted by Krillin's Destructo Disc that he's able to dodge, but it cuts his cheek, infuriating the Prince for the first time, who redirects his attack at Krillin, though Goku, coated in a golden aura, grabs Vegeta by the wrist. The Prince is shocked at Kakarot's new form and tries to pull away, but can't. It's one thing to arrive on scene and see most of your friends dead, knowing there's nothing you could have done. It's something completely different being there and watching them die in front of you because of your weakness. I can see this situation transforming Goku into a Super Saiyan much earlier than canon. Vegeta tries escaping Goku's grip by blasting him point blank in the face, but it does nothing. Though Goku lets him go anyway, asking him if that's all he's got in a mocking tone. A vein pops up on the Prince's head. Insulted at this statement, he throws up a power ball telling Kakarot he should be careful what he asks for as he turns into a great ape. But all Goku could do is smirk, which pisses Vegeta off even more. He throws a punch at the much smaller Kakarot, who easily blocks it with one hand, slowly pushing it away no matter how much Vegeta tries going forward. Vegeta pulls back, tired of this world, and charges a massive Gallic gun aimed down at the earth. Goku doesn't seem worried at all, and with one hand charges a Kamehameha that not only engulfs the Gallic gun, but Vegeta and the artificial moon, reverting the Prince back into his base form. Goku then looms over Vegeta, telling him to leave this planet, knowing he was beaten by a low-class Saiyan. Truly embarrassed, Vegeta has no choice but to leave with his tail tucked between his legs. Goku powers down, ready to mourn his fallen friends, but Krillin tells him not to worry. The Saiyans call Piccolo a Namekian, meaning there could be more Dragon Balls in space. With a glimpse of hope, they head to the lookout to confirm with Popo that Kami did come from space and that Bulma can fix the ship. So the three head to Namek in hopes of reviving their friends. We pick up where we left off with Krillin and Goku on the way to Namek. If I had to give power levels after his Zenkai on Earth, Goku would be at 18,000, similar to Vegeta, who also got a Zenkai and is at 24,000, and Super Saiyan at 900,000 since it's a 50 times multiplier. Vegeta would go to Namek per canon to obtain the Dragon Balls. The difference begins when Goku and Krillin arrive on Namek and run across the Namekian village being raided for their Dragon Ball by Frieza and his men. Instead of hiding due to them being too strong, Goku steps up to face them, allowing the Namekians to escape with their Dragon Ball because he is sick of people dying in front of him. He turns Super Saiyan and the burst of power breaks all of their scouters before taking out, but not killing, all of Frieza's men, including Zarbon and Dodoria. He then takes all 4 of Frieza's Dragon Balls, throwing them over to Krillin, telling him to follow the escaping Namekians. He's got this handled. Unfortunately for him, Frieza is not amused, firing a death beam at Krillin, which Goku jumps in front of and easily deflects. He then counters by dashing forward and punching Frieza in the face, knocking him out of his pod. The tyrant wipes his face, and when he sees blood on his hand, he is furious, transforming into his second form. With a power level of over 1 million, he blows up the island they were standing on, killing all of his subordinates. Goku is able to fly away in time, but he's suddenly pierced through the stomach by Frieza's horn and thrown into the water. The tyrant smiles, saying how he can't control this form. Although Goku is bleeding out and losing consciousness, he doesn't give up. Devising a plan knowing Frieza can't sense ki, he fires decoy blasts to get the tyrant's attention, and while he's distracted, he kicks him into the ground and tries catching up to the escaping Namekians. Frieza begins chasing after him, but with the three suns behind him, Goku fires a solar flare that blinds the tyrant long enough for him to be out of eyesight. Now, Frieza is upset, but can't blow up the planet with the Dragon Balls still here, so he calls forth the Ginyu Force to bring new scouters since Goku destroyed them all with his power spike. While he awaits for the Ginyu Force to arrive, Goku catches up with the Namekians he saved, passes out when he gets there, and they gladly heal his wound unknowingly, providing him with the Zenkai. However, after losing with Super Saiyan, he realizes the form isn't as invincible as he thought and may need to master it to bring out its full potential. While pondering this, the Namekians all agree that since Frieza admitted to killing their brethren, they must not only warn the remaining village about the incoming threat, but also gather at Guru's, where the last Dragon Ball is, and gain the protection of Nail, their greatest warrior. With no scouters, they don't have to worry about taking things slow, so Goku can easily go in Super Saiyan to inform the Namekians, unknowingly saves the village from being slaughtered by Vegeta, who would sense Kakarot coming and hide. Remember, Vegeta is prideful, not stupid. He did a lot of guerrilla tactics on Namek in response to all the powerful opponents, so he hides his power level and follows behind the Namekian villagers that's transporting the Dragon Ball. With Goku leading the way, they soon appear in front of Guru, who is thankful to the Saiyan for saving as many of his people as he could, and unlocks Goku's potential. This, on top of the near fatal wound Goku healed from earlier, makes his new power level 6 million. Frieza and the Ginyu Force arrive shortly after to retrieve the stolen Dragon Balls, and because Goku steps up without transforming, Frieza underestimates him. In the blink of an eye, the entire Ginyu Force is defeated. I do think Goku would try to take out second form Frieza as well, but he's incredibly resistant, so it would be another failed attempt, though Frieza would transform into his final form. Sick and tired of this monkey. Goku tries fighting in base for a little while, but similar to how he's holding back, Frieza was also holding back as well, and when he gets serious, Goku has no choice but to go Super Saiyan and dominate the fight, with Vegeta watching in envy at the power of the legendary Super Saiyan. While this is happening, the Namekians summon Porunga at the request of Krillin, who's ready to bring back all his comrades, but he did not know that he can only bring back one person at a time with this set of Dragon Balls. As he starts thinking of who exactly to bring back first, he hears Piccolo in his head. Confused at what's going on, Piccolo explains that after he died, he felt powerless against Vegeta. That's when Kami suggested to go to King Kai along with the other Z fighters to get stronger. He then tells Krillin he's been watching the whole time. Knowing the situation, he suggests bringing him back to life, which would bring Kami back, and then they can use the Earth Dragon Balls to wish back the fallen Namekian. So, Krillin does just that. Though immediately after, Frieza fires a blast at Namek's core, causing the planet to blow up in 5 minutes. Piccolo informs Krillin of this, and the next wish is to gather Earth's Dragon Balls all in one place, so they're able to use Shenron and wish back all the Namekians killed by Frieza immediately. They then use the final wish of Porunga to wish everyone but Goku and Frieza off the planet for them to finish their fight. But because Goku is twice as strong as his cannon self, the blast meant to kill Frieza kills Frieza, and Goku escapes in Ginyu's pod as normal, landing on Yardrat. So when his friends try wishing him back sometime later, he refuses, wanting to train more. So instead, they use the wishes to bring back their fallen friends, restore Namek, and hide the recently restored planet along with its inhabitants. And a year after Namek, King Cold arrives on Earth to avenge his son, only to be stopped by future Trunks. The time traveler then waits for Goku and explains the threat coming in 3 years. Like normal, he trains with Piccolo, but this version never fused with Nail, so he is weaker than his counterpart. They both take note of this, and the solution is brought up by Goku, saying he should go to Yardrat to train and come back when he's stronger. Piccolo agrees, and Goku instant transmissions him to the planet, where for the next year and a half, Piccolo would learn spirit control along with the 2 techniques, instant transmission and healing. A bonus of this training is Piccolo utilizes this with the training on King Kai's planet and can now use the Kaioken, making him a much better sparring partner for Goku. Though this still isn't enough, Goku needs more intense training if he wants to break the Super Saiyan wall, so he asks Piccolo if he wants to accompany him into the time chamber, to which the Namekian agrees, planning on using this time to increase his power and Kaioken multipliers. Meanwhile, Goku would not only unlock grade 4, but also experience the heart virus early. Luckily for him, Chi-Chi made sure he brought it with him, so after a few days of recovery, he was ready to get back to training. They would leave the time chamber prepared for the android invasion. 19 and 20 would destroy the city and impale Yamcha, but the difference starts with the fight between 19 and Goku. We saw he did extremely well, only losing because of the heart virus even when he got his Kamehameha absorbed, so 19 would have been defeated with only 1 attack absorbed. Gero would escape and try to pick off the Z Fighters to gain their energy, starting with Piccolo, only to find out Piccolo was the wrong one to begin with, the Namekian easily knocking Gero back. But what a lot of people forget is that he escaped not because he was strong in canon, but because Momo wanted to watch the fight and he used her as a distraction so he could awaken androids 17 and 18. These two then kill Gero and awaken android 16. When 16 awakens, the first thing he does is attack Goku. Now remember, this is grade 4 Goku. I feel even with Goku going Super Saiyan on Earth, having his power level at 900,000 compared to the highest recorded power level of, let's say, 90,000 for grade 8 Vegeta, since his power level dropped when he made the Power Ball, making this version of the androids 10 times stronger than canon. I feel grade 4 Goku still surpasses that. Vegeta, after 1 trip in the time chamber and unlocking grade 2, beat Semi-Perfect Cell, who was significantly stronger than android 16. When Goku came out of his year of the time chamber as a grade 4, he only powered up halfway and eclipsed this Vegeta so bad he wanted a second trip in the time chamber, and he still didn't reach Goku's full power when he displayed it at the Cell games. With all that, I think this Goku can be a powered up 16. But if you don't agree, explain why in the comments, though the show must go on. Android 16 will get beaten down so bad that he will resort to self-destructing, latching on to Goku, who's only saved by Piccolo using Kaioken to free his friend, and kick 16 into the air where he proceeds to explode. 17 and 18, having wanted 16 to fight on his own, joined in on the fight when Piccolo intervened, making it a 2v2. 17 versus Piccolo, 18 versus Goku. Piccolo versus 17 would go as normal, but when 17 puts up his barrier to block his attacks, Piccolo would increase his Kaioken to 20 times to break through the attack and defeat him. Goku and 18 would be just as easy a victory. With both the androids defeated, Vegeta would be furious at Kakarot's growth, and Trunks will also want to know how they got strong enough to beat the androids. This is when he reveals the time chamber to them, allowing the two to train in there for a year. When they go up to drop them off, Kami tells Piccolo about Cell roaming the earth. So he goes to check it out, and when he confronts Cell, Piccolo does the whole pretend to be weak thing to get information. And after he tells him everything, Piccolo not only reveals his true power, but also that he killed the 2 androids he needed to reach perfection. While Cell is in disbelief, Piccolo begins to beat him down, and when he tries to escape, he uses Kaioken times 20 to catch up and kill him. With Cell defeated, the only thing left is to look in the time chamber and see the training of Vegeta and Trunks. Originally, Vegeta and Trunks trained separately, but after seeing the power of grade 4, Vegeta realizes he can't reach that level of power alone. So not only do they train together to reach grade 4, Trunks also taps into Super Saiyan 2 briefly. Though he still needs one push to truly achieve the form, but their year is up, having more respect for each other than in canon. After leaving the time chamber, Trunks then returns to save his timeline. Meanwhile, Vegeta would come out of the time chamber, not ready to fight Kakarot yet, wanting to first reach Super Saiyan 2. So he tells his rival his defeat will be near. Excited at the thought of the rematch, Goku continues to train. Years pass and Trunks would turn 4, being old enough to train with his father, and Vegeta would do so, telling him he'll stop if he ever falls behind. Their bond would be much stronger than in canon, and Vegeta would be even more of a family man, maybe even taking Trunks to the park after he achieved Super Saiyan, being a very proud moment. On the other side, Goku would be training Goten, who enjoys sparring, and those two would also have an incredible bond. I do feel like all 4 of these Saiyans would achieve Super Saiyan 2 before the start of the Buu arc, where Goku and Vegeta would agree to settle things in this tournament. The Supreme Kai would tell them about Buu, but instead of stealing Gohan's energy, when Goten turned Super Saiyan to break free from Trunks, they stole his energy because it was so great. This leads to a much earlier chase that includes Goten and Trunks, but things would happen the same until Dabura arrives, where Trunks is chosen to face him, going Super Saiyan 2 to defeat the Demon King and preventing the arrival of Buu. Because Dabura was defeated so efficiently, quickly, and by his son, Babidi is unable to take control of Vegeta's mind, and with no one left to protect him, Babidi is killed and Buu's egg is brought to the Supreme Kai's world by Shin. As thanks for their help, Shin offers them a chance to pull out the Z-Sword and train with it, which Goku and Vegeta deny wanting to do at this moment, finally wanting to settle a one-on-one rematch. Though Goten and Trunks are told to go by their fathers, who want them to continue reaching for new heights. So, as their children are teleported away, Goku and Vegeta smile at each other before slipping into their iconic poses and charging one another one last time. And that is it for my version of What If Goku Survived Against Raditz. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, leave a like and tell me what you thought of the video versus the game scenario. Do you agree more with the game, me, or would you do something completely different? Remember, if you are a winner of the contest, please message me privately on Discord so I can confirm who you are and distribute the prize. Again, I appreciate all of you watching and hope you all have a happy holiday.